2, 3, 4.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here!
Away.
In the vent! I want to show you something!
Give me a second. No! Narrator? Coffee! Not!
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
Yeah?
thinking about the past and how much
Stanley,
better
have
the
you heard of
Stanley
Among
Parable
Us?
used to be.
She knowing, thank
So
you.
I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Okay.
Just our little secret.
Holy crap! The
Take a look.
fantasy DLC! No way. The Todd Howard Skyrim House DLC? The Skyrim DLC?
I call it the Memory Zone.
No
It's where I've been
way!
storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley
so
Parable on
creepy.
PC.
Memory, sweet memory.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was
that's
before
so
it was sullied with a
cute.
cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013?
Like a picnic basket?
when
Nah,
the
that's
game
definitely a
originally
baby
launched?
basket.
Back
Look,
then,
this is so
video
cute. This
games
is
had
Steam page
integrity.
screenshot.
Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I thought this was cereal. Wait, I think that's what it's meant to be. Our first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable. Design Museum, Big Sushi FM. What the?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Techie,
Like this
thank you for
stunning
joining.
triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote,
How do you
"Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was
Maybe
literally
review has become known
every
as
game
Stanley Parable
ever
HD,
created.
the full
It
scale
was
reimagining of one of the
Skyrim,
most
it was
intriguing.
Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk.
I told you guys.
with an
I told you it was all about
hour of
Skyrim.
elevator content.
What's down here? Memory zone maintenance. Oh, you can't open it.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
It's just putting all the reviews.
And don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the
thank you,
rest of
Super.
time collecting dust in the hallowed hall
9 out of 10,
beloved
perfect.
video game memories. These were simpler times,
Can I go down
Stanley.
here now?
But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait,
10 out of 10. It was okay.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
What do you mean? You literally just opened it.
Oh no!
Steam?
Oh God, no! Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video
Is it all the
game
bad
distributor.
reviews?
I haven't looked at these in years.
No way.
I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Uh-oh.
Honestly,
Not
I could be
recommended,
bothered to play
honestly.
this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine
funny.
where I'd have the
I hope it's an actual real review that they just screenshotted and put in the game. That would make it. Okay,
Okay, let's see what this one says.
becomes very repetitive
While
and
the
boring.
idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
This is
Tell me if I'm
thought-provoking
preachy,
only in the
honestly, you
first
can.
minutes.
Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had
It
always
is?
thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I like a failure.
No!
Like I let these people down.
Oh no!
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
You know, I kind of feel bad for him now.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop
Patronizing
doing
voice
anything,
droning
so
on
the
and on
narrator
just
can
isn't.
catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button.
Goldfish, thank you for the super.
Well, yes.
Beginner's guide?
Yes, I think we can do that.
I'll look it
if
up,
I'm
thank
truly
you.
too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews.
Yeah,
of the
true. He
Stanley
did try to
Parable.
kill
That's
us,
my
and he
motto,
succeeded,
and it's always
but
been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button.
you kind of
we
feel
shall
bad
have.
for him at the same time. You know? Whoa! Guess I have to press it. It just looks so sus, though.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you with... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll... rises the phoenix of quality. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Gotcha.
I think the skip
Gotcha,
button
Chief.
has been aptly demonstrated, and we can
Really,
say goodbye to
thank
it
you.
and just... Wait. How do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
You know what? He's actually
I do
right. He's
feel
actually
quite
saying
certain
some
that there
important
was one
facts
here
right now.
before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window, or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole?
Oh, a window?
Sufficiently large
I see a
crack in the
fan.
wall?
Maybe
I'll
like
take
a
any of
vent?
these.
Like,
All
you want a
I want is for
vent?
us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere.
I actually
other
don't
than
see
the
it.
skip
Maybe I
button.
have to skip
There was a
again.
door here before, wasn't there?
Well, he's telling me to skip, so I am gonna skip it. But
Stanley! Stanley!
Yes?
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's
Okay.
been 12 hours.
I'm sorry.
You've just been frozen there. I don't
Okay.
know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what
Maybe
will
I'll
happen.
make a door.
I have no
Are you
idea.
sure about that?
I'll be made to sit here.
Maybe
and more
I
than
can create a
anything
door.
else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you?
Okay, now what?
If
What the
only-
heck? Why is he rambling on
Oh,
again?
Stanley, you're back.
Holy crap!
You're back.
It's been
Oh,
years!
my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in as though I...
Oh, I didn't mean to press it.
Oh, hello.
So
It's
the
you.
issue is because
You're here
whenever I
again.
press
Welcome.
W
I
and
have
S,
had
it would make
time
a
to
sound
think
in the
about
game.
you
Like
and
I wasn't
about us
even
and
like
about everything we've
talking
been through.
at times,
I've had
and it would make a
so
sound in
much
the game, and I was so
time. I stopped
confused.
keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one
No,
place
I
and
actually
not
pressed it
moved for
by
one
accident because
entire
I was
year? Let me
looking at
describe it for you.
my
To
Go
begin
XLR,
with, there is only regret.
and then I
There is
tapped back
only the
in,
turning wheel
and then I
of
clicked
missed
on it.
opportunities. I felt nothing
It's
at
been a
all
year.
but regret for the longest time, Stanley. days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far.
Crap, I think I killed him. I think he's dead. How do I fix this?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it.
My mic is freaking it again.
Because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. That they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away.
Is he dead?
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
He's freaking it?
End is never the end, is never the end.
Is skipping it better here? I feel like he's just going crazy. I'm just gonna skip and pretend like nothing happened. Okay, there's a huge leak going on. I feel like next time if I skip it, we're gonna be like submerged. Close enough, you know, close enough. Oh, I love this! I really like what they did with the decor. Very beautiful. Very natural. Hey buds, how's it growing? The end is never the... Can we go back? Can we go back? Where are the dragons or like those scary things in Minecraft? You know what? Those are the scary things in Minecraft. Get me out of here. Oh! Oh! What if it doesn't work anymore? Holy crap, was that a bunker? It's been 1,000 billion years! How far can I go? The end is never the end is never the... Oh!